There's something wonderful, truly wonderful in you. Hiya loves, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You may have guessed it already, but I'm going to be reviewing a musical. That's right, it's another theatre review, and this one is reviewing none other than Bedknobs and Broomsticks the musical. Now, I recently saw the show at the Palace Theatre in Manchester, and I was absolutely blown away by every possible aspect of the show, if I'm completely honest. I think it is the perfect family production, and if you're interested in going to see it, I would recommend sticking around and watching this video. So let's find out a little bit more about the story Bedknobs and Broomsticks. The original film was premiered in 1971, I believe. Since then, it has, of course, been made into a musical. So I'm going to read you a little bit about the show, and I'm gonna refer to my laptop if you don't mind. It's time to start believing. When the three orphaned Rawlins children are reluctantly evacuated from wartime London to live with the mysterious Eglantine Price, they have no idea what adventures lie ahead. Upon discovering Eglantine to be a trainee witch, they join forces to search for a secret spell that will defeat the enemy once and for all. Armed with an enchanted bedknob, a bewitched broomstick, and a magical flying bed, they encounter surprising new friendships on their journey from Portobello Road to the depths of the beautiful briny sea. Wow, how amazing does that sound? Like, I mean, as a kid, I remember watching the film, absolutely loving it. Me and my sister watched it quite a lot at our grandparents' house. My sister loved the film so much, and it was coincidental that we both ended up seeing the show on the same night and actually getting quite emotional at this retelling of the story and how well it had been done, really. The thing that I loved the most about the show was, of course, the music. As you probably got from the beginning of this video, there were some really beautiful songs in the original film which have been kept in the show, and what's more, there have been additions to the music. So of course you had the Sherman Brothers, which wrote the original songs, and then it was Neil Bartram that wrote the new songs and additional music and lyrics in the show. I applaud him, really. I think he did an absolutely amazing job. You would think that they were all from the original film. It was very in keeping with the time. It reminds me very much of that pre-60s musical theatre energy and vibe, which I absolutely adore. It's one of my favourite eras of musical theatre. It's really unusual, actually, because this show has only premiered this year. So yeah, very, very skilled musical adaptation and writing there. Really enjoyed Charlie Edmonds' direction within the show. I thought the space on stage they had to use was quite limited because of set and things like that, but you wouldn't have guessed it when you were watching it. I just thought it was an excellent use of space and directed very well. The use of puppetry within the show, and of course the magic tricks, were just exceptional. There were some tricks that I was like, okay, I can probably guess how you're doing this, but it didn't take away from the magic for me. I found myself actually wondering how certain tricks had been done, and I thought the puppetry was beautiful. They were so detailed, they were so accurate. You know, when you watch the film, or if you've watched the film, you'll know that a large part of the film is actually cartoon animated. So I was wondering how they were going to convert that onto stage, and I must admit, my mouth was like my jaw was hitting the floor, my mouth was wide open, because I was just like, oh my god, like, this is beautiful. It was a masterpiece to look at. The colours, the colour palette, the design of the show, the costumes, everything, I loved it. And like I said, you know, there were certain tricks that I was like, how have they managed to do this? I genuinely can't work it out. And that, for me, is just the magic of theatre and what can be made possible that we maybe didn't think was. So yeah, I take my hat off to the whole production team behind this show that have made it possible, because you've made theatre magic, which is just everything you could want, really. So now moving on to the performers, I have to mention that the entire cast, to be honest, had such an amazing electric energy on stage. But for me, there were a few standout performances. One of them, of course, it had to be the lady that played Mrs. Price, which was Diane Pilkington. I just thought her energy, her voice, her singing voice, her tiny little nuances within performance were just so accurate to the original character. Of course, in the original film, it was Angela Lansbury, an absolutely epic performer taking on the role. And so to fill those shoes in such a sophisticated yet playful way was really quite something. So yeah, amazing work there. Another personal favourite of mine was Connor O'Hara, who played Charlie Rawlins. So again, if you've seen the film, it is the eldest brother. Just thought his energy was amazing. Really, really youthful, but there was a weight to his performance, a gravitas there because of the responsibility his character has within the family. I just thought he played it incredibly well, and I loved his song Negotiality, which pops up throughout the show again and again. Really enjoyable to watch, and his energy was very captivating. And I have to do a quick mention for the actor Rob Madge, who played a fish. You may be listening to this going, a fish? What? I just found them so funny. One of those roles, not the biggest role in the show, but whoever played it was always going to make people laugh and always going to be remembered, and I certainly think that Rob did that, so bravo. But yeah, overall guys, I think this has been probably one of the best shows I've seen in quite a number of years. With it being a new musical, or new musical adaptation, shall we say, I did want to see it. And I think with it being a story and film that I'd grown up with, I thought I'm really intrigued to see how they bring this to life on stage, and I just thought they did it so beautifully. There were a lot of families in the audience, a lot of young children really enjoying themselves, but equally, like I said before, the element of joy and nostalgia that it was bringing to the adults who had seen the film, you know, it's just, yeah, tenfold. It was incredible. I would urge everybody that watches this video to go and see the show. It will be returning to Manchester, hooray, buzzing about that, but it'll be going to Salford Quays at the Lowry. But yeah, it's going on tour, it's going to loads of places, and I do hope to go and watch it again, because I need that little burst of joy in my life again. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are interested in going to see Bedknobs and Broomsticks, I will link the ticket purchasing link in the description below, so you can go and do that. Leave a comment down below if you've seen it yourself. I would love to have a conversation with you about it. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more theatre reviews. I will be doing them a lot more regularly now, as theatre is back. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon. Goodbye. Oh, and can I just mention, the merchandise for the show was absolutely amazing. I've not been that impressed by merchandise in a really long time, so I did walk away with this. I hope you can see it. So it is the Star Traguna Macoides Dracorum Satus D. It's got it written on it. Ah!